this was a lot of people's first MMO. I mean, maybe some weebos like me played Ragnarok online for a while. But this was a lot of people's very first MMO. So the mechanics of it were totally new to people. A lot of it was kind of obfuscated. Like the questing wasn't very easy. It wasn't lit up on the map. It wasn't like Fable. You didn't have a guide. Didn't tell you where to go. The quests weren't like go from A to Z. You had to go here and collect this and then run all the way up here and then turn this in and then find this item here. I'm interested to see like 3-4 months from now what the player base for this is, because obviously, right, classic, it's gonna probably do something like this, and then you gotta imagine it kind of like dips and then kind of levels off. Oh yeah, I remember classic, I want to play classic, and then like, okay, yeah, I forgot how long this takes or how much running there is or how slow everything takes to get. I forgot that the boss only drops 2 to 3 pieces of gear, and if you're on the Horde they could drop Paladin gear and no one gets anything. I forgot about that. Let me go play Final Fantasy 14 or some other stuff like that. But I think the surge of people playing it, right, there's definitely the people who are just playing it because, oh yeah, I remember, right, we need to like line of sight this guy, right? There's definitely a group of, whoa. Are we flipping skulls? Yeah. There's definitely a group of people playing it because it's like rose-tinted glasses, but there's another group of people, I have to imagine, like Neon. Maybe it doesn't bother you that much, but there's got to be people like you who've been playing WoW ever since, and at a certain point are like, okay, this doesn't feel like WoW anymore. I know that's what happened to me in Wrath of the Lich King. It's like, okay, I just log in to do my dailies and then do some arenas, and then like that's kind of it. It didn't feel like the same game. I don't know. So the buddy that started playing Classic was already done and gets aggravated that it takes so long to level. Yeah, I believe that. I totally believe that. Okay, I don't want Force Spirit. That's kind of garbage. I totally believe it. Hey, you get caught up in the hype. I mean, it's free if you're already paying for it, but I'd even believe, like myself, right? I bought the $15 like 1 month subscription, play it for a bit. Oh yeah, I forgot. I've like, what is it? /played. 19 hours. Oh yeah, I'm level 19. That's right. This does take forever. Nah. I can totally see that. I'm loving the grind, doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, it's different. It's like, it's a different mentality just because how slow everything is. To me, like even when I played this game, I never got, and Neon, like we play this game a lot, and I played it before college. And then in college, I'd log in every single day, you know, just about when I had my own computer. Okay, what is happening? Oh, this guy. I never raided. I never got all of the tier 0 gear. I got like the shoulder pads, and that was it for the dread, whatever it's called, dread something. I never got all the keys. I never got a tune for stuff. I like doing PvP, and that's all I did. So even though I put so much time into the game, I didn't do a lot of stuff. But I do remember things took a long time. And so I felt good when I got the new drop, right? Okay, when the shoulder pads finally dropped, like, I felt good. because I had done that run 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and I finally got a new piece of gear, and it was like best in slot for what I had. Or you played Arathi Basin for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then you could finally get like the full set of PvP stuff, and it was significant. And then I gotta be using this add-on to make sure I like it. And then Burning Crusade came out, and I thought Burning Crusade was awesome, but I didn't really do any of the raids there either. But then Wrath of the Lich King like just felt off to me in a way. Like you were just getting gear constantly, and it didn't like have the same. I don't know. It felt off to me. Things didn't carry as much significance as they did. And I didn't like how every class like started to feel kind of the same. Like as they tried to balance PvP. I mean, I was all for arenas, but then the more they tried to develop for arenas, the more I thought, oh yeah, this is probably a bad idea. Because all the classes just kind of felt more and more similar. Okay, I don't think I can go ham on Shadow Bolts. I'm sure I'm gonna pull aggro. Druid, steal the flag, go into change form, and no one can even stop him because he's in travel form, whatever it is, 2 strength, 2 agility. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm excited to get perma stunned by rogues. Go from 100 to 0, and I'll never be able to control my character. I love it. That's what I love about this game. Yeah, but like Burning Crusade was really well received, right? So I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to like having a different release schedule, but like maybe doing Burning Crusade. Okay, I gotta get rid of all this crap. But I would like it, because one of the things, and I never rated, but I do remember like reading about it, was Nax came out, and then a month later, 2 months later, Burning Crusade dropped, something like that. And Nax was like really, really hard. And you had to have a certain rating group that you didn't really have to have for some other dungeons. Like you had to have the 8 warriors to handle the 4 horsemen. And I remember a lot of people are like, okay, none of this gear is gonna matter because we're gonna get greens in the Outlands, and all this gear is gonna be junk. And the timing of it, it didn't let people like really live in Naxxramas for a while. I never rated regardless, but I do remember people like saying stuff like that. We're not gonna try that hard on this. On retail with leveling gear, you jump so much you don't really get used to the skills. You go like 4 levels in a dungeon. And you get like the character packs, right? Like character boosters, whatever. WoW Classic just lags behind main WoW for another 10 years until it catches up to where it is now. It's possible. It's also possible that they just leave it. Right? I don't know what their design philosophy is. But it is possible that you just leave this. You never release Burning Crusade. Or maybe you do. Maybe you keep it permanently a decade behind. But I could kind of see the case for WoW Classic is just you're always going to be level 60. You have Nax stuff, and that's where we leave it. And then we work on WoW 2. The big brain play was to pretend that you were AFK to have someone else summon you. But unfortunately, I was the warlock, so I had to summon people. It's a game changer. You have no idea. Did you play any Final Fantasy 14? I played Final Fantasy 14 when it was the free 30 days on the PlayStation, and I spent, you know me, right? I spent like an hour in the character creator. I made a human that had cool hair, that had like the scar here, whatever. I made my guy, right? I don't even think you pick a class. Maybe you do. Because I think it's like profession based or something. I don't remember. I spent a long time, made my character, felt good. And I was playing with Runny. I'm like, hey Runny, I mean, let's just try it, right? It's free, let's see what this is about. I spent an hour on my guy, made him look perfect. I was getting into the role play. I think I was a warrior or something because I was gonna be a paladin or something like that. I see Runny's character, and he's made like the derpiest looking small person, whatever they're called, and his name is like against TOS, so I'm not gonna say it. And he's done the same thing. I should have known, because he's done the same thing to me when we tried Neverwinter. He's done the same thing to me when we played Final Fantasy 11 and Gunshine. If you remember that, Neon, he made like a character who had an awful name in Gunshine. Gunsmoke, whatever that game was called. And so he ruined the game for me. That's what I'll say. He ruined the game for me. So I can't play with this awful looking skin, just onyx with like pink hair, and you're just jumping up and down, spinning in 360s, not doing any quests, like trolling me. Yeah. Did the same thing in Neverwinter. He would like slash sleep during every quest. No, Runny, you're a dwarf warrior. Like, you need to be tanking and you're on the front lines. And he would like, he's just not a good friend. He's just not a good friend. Always added the female characters as friends. Tell your story, the female player you played with. In high school? Here's the hint. None of them were actually female players. But there was a couple times. Alright, boost up my DPS with the Bile Toad. Whoosh. There was, when I was playing my Night Elf Hunter, okay, I fell for the trap. When I was playing my Night Elf Hunter, my very first character, before I got removed from the guild mid-Molten Core run because I couldn't just be idle for 40 minutes waiting for everyone to come in. I would play with this character. I don't remember what the character's name was, but it was a female Night Elf Druid or something like that. And I would play with her a lot. Right? We like leveled together, right? She was my girlfriend. She was basically my girlfriend. We leveled a lot. Went from like 15 to 60. Like, we played a lot. Then I found out, everything is in quotes here. Then I found out that she lived the next town over. And Matt was living with me in okay, we can 100% fear here. S my D. Then I found out, oh, you live the next town over? Yo, let's meet up. Never mind the red flags before then, like every time we would try to get on Ventrilo. Oh, my mic. Yeah, I have it plugged in. It's just not, it was working yesterday, but it's not working now. I don't know why. Never mind all of those red flags. Oh, you live in the next town over? Hey, we should meet up. Hey, send me a pic so I know what you look like. Never mind that the pic was from some model and I like just Google searched it and I found the same picture. Or like, no, you couldn't do that. I right clicked it and it was like Abercrombie model 12.jpg, something like that. Never mind all those. Yo, let's meet up. Hey, let's meet up. Where do you live? Give me your address. Good thing it never panned out, but I remember that. And I would get mad because, like, and this character was clearly a dude, right? Looking back on it, clearly a dude. And they would make me feel bad. Like, oh, you're just being so mean to me. I can't get my mic to work. Like, stop being mean to me. It's not working. I don't know what's wrong. I'm gonna have to put you on the ignore list. No, don't ignore me. I'm sorry. Look, I won't say it. It's just like, I'm just trying to figure out why your mic doesn't work. Don't put me on the ignore list. Don't block me. Come on, we'll work through this together. Straight up, White Knight. But then eventually, I think I wisened up. I'm like, okay, we're never gonna play naked Monopoly. I'm never gonna come over to your house. You don't live right next to me. You don't look like this Abercrombie model. You're a dude. This isn't meant to be. So then there was another character that I started playing with. Sinister Gates. And this was my PvP partner for years. We played normal WoW. We did all the arenas. We did BC. Played with this guy for a long time. We would do raids and shit. And I remember we were chatting, and she was like, "Hey, do you want me to give you a call when we're about to raid?" Something like that. Like every whatever. Back in the day, everyone had each other's phone numbers and shit. Like it was a small guild. Yeah, we'll do Skolomance. Just give me a call when you guys are ready to do it. So I'm thinking, oh, this character's a female. Of course it's a female. Of course they want the D. Then the phone rings. Then I answer it. I'm like, this is it. This is the moment. The phone has rung. This is it. She's calling me.
Hello? Is this Zygarde?
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm calling for Zygarde.
Yeah, I'm here.
You want to log in and do Skolomance?
Sure. Yeah, I'll be online. All right. Every female you see online is a male. I had a rude awakening. Every female online is a male until proven otherwise. Tits or GTFO. It's my new motto. I remember the Ventrilo days. You had to try and server hop, because that was back when you had to pay for shit. Or TeamSpeak, maybe both of them. And then everything was push to talk, and you would hear that burp noise right before you talked. Burp. And everybody sounded like they had a compressor on it.
Alright guys, so what we're gonna do is, okay, I'm gonna pull the mobs here, we're gonna do this, burp.
Fucking Ventrilo and TeamSpeak. X-Fire was my shit. Look, it had the coolest name, so I made a character here. Alright, at a certain point, maybe a transfer is in order. Maybe when the population kind of stabilizes, those will be free, or they'll consolidate some stuff. I'll just wait it out. Me and Roro, the only two people on the server. Wait, I promised I'd show you this. Look. Look at this. I'll show you. Here is a low pop Orgrimmar, baby. Why did your buddy stop playing? I feel like at a certain point, the only people who will play this game are people who played Classic. Did your buddy play Classic? Like, that's I guess what my question is. He hates leveling. He didn't play Classic then. He got into it. Yeah. I'm like, kind of interested if this picks up new people or if only people that already played it resubscribe, if that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.